Good evening and welcome to Look North. Our top story tonight. The Yorkshire creatives who say they're being squeezed out to make way for bigger corporate businesses.
Just the thought of it being pulled away from us without really anything we can do about it is really upsetting.
The council says it doesn't have the budget for essential building repairs and is offering the businesses support. Also tonight, the 6-year-old girl who almost died from an asthma attack who's now encouraging other children to use inhalers. New research into rare blood cancers is taking place in York to improve drugs and future treatment. And it's your chance to own a piece of history as Opera North prepares to sell thousands of costumes from the archive.
And it's a bank holiday weekend, so naturally you're going to want to keep your umbrellas close by. Join me later in the programme for a full live detailed forecast.
Good evening, it's Friday night. Thank you for joining us. A number of independent enterprises in Leeds say they fear the council is killing off cultural creativity in pursuit of corporate conglomerates. Air Street Workshops is home to more than 30 arts businesses employing around 150 people. The Victorian-built property is owned by the local authority, which says it doesn't have the budget for essential repairs. Tenants say they should be able to coexist alongside the multinationals the council is keen to attract. Phil Bodmer has more.
It may look retro, but this photo lab is a thriving business. Every day they process up to 300 rolls of 35 and 120mm film. Set up during lockdown, the business has grown from 2 to 9 employees.
This sort of business, you can't just move it into an office building. It requires, pretty specific space, and obviously the fact that we were able to start this business in here with affordable rent, it's the only reason we've kind of succeeded in essence is because of this place.
Based in a Victorian-built factory, Air Street Workshops has been home for creative independence for the past 3 decades. Now, tenants have been told to vacate by the end of January next year.
How do you feel about the prospect of having to leave here?
Just shocked and angry, really. I feel like Leeds City Council have made quite a short-sighted decision in choosing to get rid of the building.
A lot of people are just people who want a bit of time out of their normal life and they don't have the space at home to be creative, and we offer them just a bit of time, the materials, to just come and take a bit of time out and just relax.
Around 60% of people working here are under the age of 25. Artist and freelance print designer Rose Dufton believes the city centre will lose its soul if the creatives are edged out.
Pretty devastated, to be honest. I'm just really not sure that it would exist anywhere else. We don't make loads of money and we sort of do it because we enjoy doing it, and we want to, offer what we offer to the community, and we don't take a lot back from it.
Leeds City Council said a meeting with tenants took place to explore what targeted business support they might need, and more generally, to hear their views on city centre accommodation requirements for the creative and cultural sector as a whole. Whilst the council will continue to progress the sale of the property, the building will not be marketed until September 2024, and as such, licensees have the opportunity to put forward a market value proposal to take the building on. Joey and Dan at Saul Studio only moved in recently. The graphic designers think the independents should be able to coexist alongside the conglomerates.
We add value to the city. We work with local businesses in these industries, and that obviously has a knock-on effect to local groups. It's obviously going to have a negative impact on the wider city and its cultural diversity.
A petition calling for the sale of the former factory to be paused has now gathered over 5,000 signatures, an important positive for those facing an uncertain future. Phil Bodmer, BBC Look North, Leeds.
Well, earlier I spoke to Bryony Bond, who is the director of Yorkshire Contemporary, the Leeds-based arts charity previously known as the Tetley. I started by asking her about the challenges facing the creative industry.
So I think there's many challenges. We're not alone. There are many challenges that are being faced by all industries, increasing prices and things like that. But I think really it's about actually how much we value the creative industries. I think sometimes we think they're just a nice to have, but actually they're incredibly important economically and socially. And I think sometimes we really undervalue that.
And you were based at the Tetley. You now yourself finding that you need to find a new space, so you know firsthand the pressures involved in trying to find somewhere to run businesses.
Yes, we were at the Tetley building up until the end of last year, and in fact today we've just changed our name, so we're now known as Yorkshire Contemporary. But yes, it's a real challenge. There's much we can do without a venue. We're really enjoying working directly with communities and doing really exciting new things, but there's much that we just can't do without a venue.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure, isn't there, in finding those premises, and it's not just in Leeds, is it, this problem?
No, I mean it's a kind of, absolutely worldwide phenomenon where creative organisations and individuals often help transform areas, really change the way that areas are seen, help regenerate them, and then simply can't afford to stay in those areas or are kind of moved on.
And of course the council are saying they're facing financial pressures and are having to make cuts themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone knows the kind of challenges that councils are facing. I just think it's a really shame that we kind of don't really acknowledge the value that creative industries can bring. Economically, they're worth a huge amount to the industry. They've grown in the last decade 1.5 times in comparison to the wider economy. So they really bring fantastic economic benefits, and also huge social benefits to the city, its communities, making a place that's a really vibrant place to live and study and work.
Bryony, thanks for your time this afternoon and best of luck yourself for finding a space.
Thank you ever so much, Amanda.
You're watching Friday's Look North, still to come on tonight's programme. The Premier League beckons. Leeds United are just 2 sleeps away from the playoff final against Southampton. But first tonight, an inquest has heard how a father of 4 from Bradford died from alcohol poisoning after being left by his friends in a car to sober up overnight. 35-year-old Umar Aziz was later found unconscious in his own vehicle, but was pronounced dead after being taken to hospital. No charges have been brought against the men. At the end of a 5-day inquest into Mr Aziz's death, the Bradford coroner gave a narrative verdict of an alcohol-related death. Charles Heslett was there for us today.
Umar Aziz had drunk 1.5 bottles of brandy before being left by his friends to sober up in his car. The father of 4 from Bradford was later found unconscious but pronounced dead after being taken to hospital. Tests showed he was more than 4 times over the drink-drive limit. Bradford Coroner's Court heard how Aziz had gone to a lock-up owned by a friend on a Saturday night back in May 2021. There, along with 5 friends, they drank alcohol and some had smoked cannabis until the early hours. Aziz fell ill and it was decided he should be put in a car rather than taken home. After his death there was a police investigation but no charges were brought. Coroner Martin Fleming noted that Aziz, had he been found earlier, it may not have made any difference to the outcome, but it would have been preferable if his friends had helped him out earlier. He recorded a narrative verdict of an alcohol-related death. Addressing Mr Aziz's father, who was in the coroner's court along with other family members, he said, "To lose a beloved son, a husband, a father to 4 children under these unexpected circumstances must be so very hard to bear." Charles Heslett, BBC Look North, Bradford.
Scientists have teamed up with York Hospital to launch a new research project into rare blood cancers. More than 40,000 people are diagnosed with the disease and other related disorders every year in the UK. BBC Look North's Nathan Turvey, whose own family has been tragically affected by leukemia, has been to meet the team in York, and a woman with a rare form of blood cancer who says she jumped at the chance to be part of the study.
Initially it was really shocking and I felt quite depressed. I've always been a really healthy person. I was only 49 years old at the time.
Sarah Proctor lives in a village north of York and was diagnosed with a rare blood cancer 7 years ago.
Potentially it's very life-threatening, but I try not to think of those aspects. To put it into perspective, it's probably not the disease itself that will kill me because that is carefully managed.
Sarah's now taking part in this new groundbreaking research in York into blood cancers.
I understand that there's not that many people with the JAK2 mutation in the York area. So I was obviously local to the studies, and it made so much sense for me to support that.
Now, this is a subject pretty close to my own heart. My brother Spencer died in 2020 of acute myeloid leukemia at the age of 45. So I've come here to the Department of Biology at the University of York to find out more about this research.
The reality is that there's still so much that we don't understand about these cancers, and also so much more that we can do to develop drugs and treatments that are more specific, more accurate, more personalised medicine, and also to develop therapies that are kinder for people receiving the treatment.
The scientists here are studying the DNA mutations linked to a group of chronic blood cancers and are investigating why in some cases they can suddenly become more aggressive.
I'm Dr. Kate Foley. I'm a consultant haematologist at York Hospital. Our patients in York are amazing and they've been really enthusiastic about this study. We often find patients are coming to us with studies that they want to participate in when they read about them in the news and online. Since we've had this study available to us, everybody we've asked pretty much has agreed to be part of the study because they know how important it is to try and find new treatments for some of these very difficult to treat conditions.
I do count myself as one of the lucky ones, and I don't say that lightly, that the science is moving forward so rapidly now. So I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that, just a small step of allowing them to use my weird and wonderful blood for research is going to help myself and so many others, not just in York and Yorkshire, but, potentially globally.
Yes, let's hope so. Now some more news from around the region, and an adventure centre has suspended all outdoor activities after the death of a 10-year-old girl in a mudslide in North Yorkshire. Leah Harrison died at Carlton in Cleveland on Wednesday. She was on a forest walk as part of a school residential trip. A spokesperson for Carlton Adventure Walk says there'll be a full investigation. Leah's family have paid tribute, calling her a happy, bubbly, go-lucky little girl. 400 jobs at Sheffield Hallam University could be lost over plans to reduce costs. The university blamed external pressures on the decision and are looking to reduce pay costs by 20%. Staff in non-academic roles will be affected by the cuts, and a voluntary severance scheme will open in June. And it's congratulations in order for BBC Yorkshire after taking home 3 prizes at Pre-Circom Awards.
The winner of the new category news programme is BBC Look North, BBC Yorkshire.
Yes, at a ceremony last night in Poland, our Look North team triumphed in the news programme category. Our political editor, James Vincent, won Best Video Journalist, and our Jacob Tomlinson took home Young On-Screen Talent. Well done to everyone. Don't they look fabulous too? Now, a 6-year-old girl from York is helping other young people with asthma to fall in love with their inhalers after suffering a near-fatal attack. Martha Bartle spent a week in an induced coma after an asthma attack in 2022. She was eventually discharged from hospital but couldn't be persuaded to use her inhaler until a family friend reinvented it for her. Nicola Rees has more.
Ready?
5 big breaths, twice a day. It's a routine 6-year-old Martha from York has had to get used to after a severe asthma attack left her in a medically induced coma.
It was a massive shock. It was a bit like an out-of-body kind of experience. She was in a coma for a week, and then she stayed a good week after that as well. She was on a lot of drugs. It was an emotionally traumatic time for sure.
Martha pulled through and was soon back to her smiley self. But after leaving hospital, she became reluctant to take her inhaler. That's where a family friend, Will, stepped in with an idea.
I was only going to make one. I've just made one for Martha, and I made one for myself actually as well, a Dux one, rubber Dux one. But I saw that 1 in 5 children have asthma, and I thought, okay, there's such an opportunity to help more people that now my house is full of these machines and gizmos, and I'm doing it full time now.
One more. Good ones.
When I had the old one, I didn't really want to take it, so it felt really boring to me.
Before we got the funky inhalers, it was there was a bit of resistance. It wasn't fun. We'd have to like chase around the house with it. It's necessary but boring.
I've had to carry one of these for ages, and I never really liked it, especially when I was younger. I didn't want to use it. It looks very medical and kind of awkward, so I wanted to make something that made it look way better. Then it has this stretchy silicone section that stretches over the mouthpiece cap. No more forgetting it when you leave the house.
Will's inhaler cases are all handmade in his kitchen in York. It's early days, but he's already sold 20,000.
I'm going to do 2 more of the dinosaur salbutamol, the shorter style. It was lovely seeing the impact that the case Will made had on Martha, just seeing her immediately so much prouder of her inhaler and running around saying that it was her unicorn puff puff, I think she called it.
It worked for Martha, and now the NHS is planning a study to find out if the cases could improve inhaler usage in other young people.
We see around about 4 people a day dying of asthma in the UK, and we have one of the highest death rates because of asthma. So far we've seen really good positive feedback on the inhaler covers from families. So it'll be really interesting to see the results of this study.
All inhalers are now cool in this house. They are all customised. They're definitely hers now.
With inhalers no longer boring, Martha never misses a dose. It means everyone can breathe easy. Nicola Rees, BBC Look North, York.
What a great idea. Loving the leopard print one. Now, you could get it. It's a huge weekend for Leeds United, who are 1 game away from a return to the Premier League. The Whites will play Southampton in the Championship playoff final at Wembley on Sunday. Our sport reporter Sally Hurst is with the fans at the Peacock Pub on Elland Road. Great atmosphere there tonight, I bet, Sal.
It is. It's very busy here tonight. In less than 48 hours, we will know if Leeds United are going to be in the Premier League next season or have another year in the Championship. Now, here at the old Peacock Pub, which is an institution with Leeds United fans who come here before and after games, and that's because of its close proximity to Elland Road behind me. You have to walk over here and see just how close it is. So we're on Elland Road here. Very busy pub here tonight. BBC Radio Leeds are on air. They're doing a special preview show, and they're also going to be offering live commentary on Sunday. So if you can't make it to Wembley, do tune in to them. Now, playoff fever is spreading throughout the city. Take a look at these pictures from the Trinity Shopping Centre today in Leeds, where a giant picture of the face of Daniel Farke, the Leeds United manager, was put onto the roof today. Now, Daniel Farke, of course, is credited with turning this team around from the doldrums of relegation last season to the playoff final this year. We caught up with him at a press conference earlier and asked him what he thinks about having his face projected in such giant form in the centre of Leeds.
God, I haven't seen it so far, so because I don't like to watch my face too much, but the most important topic is this players are in the spotlight. So that's more important. I'm too old to show my face too much. Meanwhile, so it's more important that I'm there to help my lads, and hopefully they can be in the spotlight again on Sunday, and hopefully I can help a bit to make them shine.
Excitement is building, certainly here at the pub. So in a moment we'll assess the chances of Leeds. But first, let's hear from some voices. Some school children at the Hare Hills Primary School have been singing the Leeds United anthem this morning, and Oggy has been talking to some fans.
Honestly, I think we're going to do it. Yeah, we've lost a lot of times in past in playoffs and been Wembley. Never done it, but we'll do it this time round. And I've got all the hope in the world. So go Wembley, marching on together, and we'll do it. We'll smash it.
It's going to be amazing. I've never been to Wembley, so I'm really looking forward to going. The atmosphere will be bouncing, it'll be electric, it'll be fantastic. Can't wait.
In amongst all the people looking forward to the Wembley playoff final, there was one person we could not fail to speak to tonight, and that is John, who's celebrating what birthday?
Oh, 80. But yes, I only look 70, but we'll pass on that. 74 years I've watched Leeds. 74 years.
Wow. And how do you feel about this playoff final?
I feel confident, yes. I've been to Wembley. Leeds United have never played at Wembley and I've not been there. 6 or 7 times we played at Wembley. The start in '65 against Liverpool and carried on from there. And I'll be there again on Sunday for the victory.
I tell you what, John, you're a patient man because they've let you down a couple of times at Wembley, haven't they?
More than a couple of times, yes. But, you know, like the song goes, we've had our ups and downs and we'll have our ups on Sunday.
How confident are you, seriously?
Well, Southampton have had the double over us this year, but we just missed out on the automatic promotion, and I feel we're just right for it. That victory over Norwich, 4-0, really set us up, I think, and I think we'll do it on Sunday. I'm feeling confident.
Happy birthday from all of us at BBC Look North, and whoever you support, you've got to wish loyal fans like John all the best at Wembley on Sunday.
I'm here now with 2 Leeds United legends. Of course, Eddie Gray, you know what it's like to play at Wembley. Have this team got it, what it takes?
Well, I think so. I think they've done very well this season. It's a big occasion for the players. The one thing about playing at Wembley is you've got to control your nerves. When you walk out and you see the stadium, full stadium, you've got to stay calm. And I think we've got the players within the squad that can do that.
Including your great nephew, who is so young but he's so mature in that team. You must be incredibly proud of him this season.
Very proud as a family what he's done. He's only young. He's progressing in the game. Of course, you know, for him it's a big occasion. For the whole family it's a big occasion. But he'll be looking forward to it. You know, when you get the opportunity to play in games like this, you've got to embrace it. It doesn't matter the difference with age you are. You've got to embrace it, and I'm sure he will.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be a great family day out at Wembley for you. The Gray family, isn't it?
Oh, it will be a great day. I mean, all the family are going down, obviously. So it's a great occasion for the family, but a bigger occasion for Leeds United.
Absolutely, a really big day for Leeds United. John Newsom, how do you rate their chances?
I think they've got a really good opportunity. I know there's a bit of negativity in the fan base because of previous times down there, but these guys have got the opportunity to make history.
And it's a big deal, not just for the club and for the pride, but also financially for the club and the wider city as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the Premier League, we all know what that's about, millions of pounds. And the 49ers who bought into the club, this is why they bought into it. They want to get the club back into the Premier League and put their finances in and develop the stadium, and the club will go from there.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. I'll just have a very quick word before we hand back to some fans who are also going to Wembley. Excited?
Really excited, can't wait. Nervous, be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. But
predictions?
4-2, we're going to win.
You're going to win?
I'm saying 3-2 win. Feel like it's going to be a goal fest, I think, definitely.
Well, good luck to all the Leeds United fans there. That's all from the Old Peacock pub. Wembley awaits.
Thank you, Sally. Now, when it comes to updating our wardrobe, many more of us are committed to shopping sustainably and choosing second-hand pieces over fast fashion. Well, this weekend, Opera North in Leeds is diving into its clothing archive and holding a huge sale of its pre-loved costumes and vintage outfits. In fact, I'm wearing a little piece of history tonight. This very dress is from the opera One Touch of Venus. Here's what else we found on our visit. Whatever your style or era of choice, this rich collection of costumes is a second-hand shopper's paradise, with prices starting at as little as £1.
We've got a real mixture of all kinds of things for sale, and the prices are very affordable. There's no point in them being kind of in our storage for years and years and years and not seeing the light of day, and we literally have too many to keep now. So this is an opportunity for them to have another life, and I'm very happy about that.
From show-stopping glitz to character costumes, the collection here at Opera North is vast, and they're ready to share it. Let's leave it to the professionals. These pieces have been worn on stage in some of Opera North's best loved productions, and every one made with love.
Every costume's got a story to tell. Every time I get one out and look at it, I go, oh yes, I remember that production. I remember who wore that. I know everything that went into creating this costume. It's a bit of a trip down memory lane for me.
And an epic shopping journey for us. The event is on all weekend, no tickets are needed and admission is free. All proceeds go towards their charity work. There are hundreds of outfits, something guaranteed to suit every taste. Come on Brian, give us a twirl. Amanda Harper, BBC Look North, Leeds. Oh, Brian was living his best life there. Thank you very much to everyone at Opera North. We had a fantastic morning. Now we're on to the weather. My friend here with the fan of sustainable fashion yourself.
I know, I'm a bit gutted you didn't bring me that blue spotty number.
We have to go this weekend.
I know, I will. Right, let's get to the forecast, shall we? It's been a bit grey, hasn't it, today? But one way to get your weather photo on the telly, as always, is to send one with a dog. Such a good boy, isn't he? Thank you to Space Below My Feet for sending this photo in from Wheaton. And then we did see a little bit of blue sky in Scarborough, the North Yorkshire coastline, probably brightening up before anywhere else today. Thank you to Silver Surfer for sending that photo in. And as always, if you would like to keep your weather photos coming, you can do just that by sending them in these places on the screen behind me. But it's a 3-day weekend, isn't it? And so naturally, probably is on standby. It is looking quite changeable over the next few days. I think we'll start the day tomorrow dry with some sunshine. I think tomorrow morning probably looks like the best little slice of the weekend. And then by the afternoon, it will be cloudier and we will see a bit of rain arriving later. Low pressure in the driving seat this weekend. So it is going to be very changeable, very mixed. We're going to see some very heavy showers or thunderstorms through Sunday and Bank Holiday Monday too. But overnight tonight, all of this cloud is going to start to clear away. So we will see it becoming largely dry and clear, and that will allow our temperatures to drop a little bit lower and perhaps a little bit of mist and fog to form as well. So it could be a little bit misty as we start the day tomorrow, with our temperatures dropping down to around 6 or 7 degrees overnight. High waters for tomorrow at Scarborough, we're looking at 5:57 and then again at 6:20 in the evening. So a dry and bright start, but cloud will quickly roll in off the North Sea and it will be followed by outbreaks of rain. So I think the western parts will hang on to the best of the sunshine. Further east, we'll see that rain moving in, and by the end of the day, it does look pretty damp and pretty drizzly with temperatures around 16 or 17 degrees. Sunday and Monday, both a mix of heavy showers and sunny spells. Some of the showers could really pack a punch. They do look quite frequent on Sunday. Fewer showers around on Bank Holiday Monday, with our temperatures staying at around 16 or 17 degrees. Amanda.
Thank you very much, Abby. That is it from us. We'll be back with your late news and weather just after 10 o'clock. Have a lovely weekend, whatever you have planned. Goodbye.